Are you ready?
Bo's always really well coached, and they are always a tough football team. They run the ball tough, they're physical, and that's the way it's been since we've been playing Bo, since I've been here. Coach Cohen and Bob Polish and the other guys do an awesome job, and offensively they give us issues because of their power run game. They give you different formations, and they're fundamentally really good, and they run really hard, and they block really hard, and that's just always going to be the identity of a Bo football team. Even if they're playing with a bunch of sophomores, they got some talented kids there, and defensively they'll play a little bit more man, and they always get lined up. They always run the football. They always get off blocks and tackle. So, we'll have our work cut out for us there.
Playing, there's always going to be something that we have to stop. And when it comes to Bo, it's going to be the run. We're going to have to, on defense, we're going to have to be able to stop the little 4 or 5 yard gains that are just going to chew away at the clock and make their way down the field. So, what we did against Stark, we were able to stop the run. And when we are able to do that, we force teams to pass, and that's kind of where we like to be in. And especially for Bo, if we can stop the run, we'll be able to, hopefully take home the win.
Honestly, I'm glad it's Bo. I think we need to be ran on more as a defense and see that more in order to just get better at it. And I'm just glad it's on a Friday, honestly. I think we told the Bo coaches and the Bo program that we wanted to have it on a Friday game, but it really ultimately comes down to them agreeing to do that, and I think that they did, so I'm really excited about that.
One of the big things that we look at is obviously they're going to be young, and they're going to, obviously with age comes skill, so they're going to be making some of those little mistakes that maybe some other players couldn't. So we want to make sure that we capitalize on those things, make sure that we can get the most out of the situation as possible. I think that obviously they're going to be hyped. It's a playoff game for them. It's going to be big. I think they're going to be wicked excited to come down and play us, and I think that we just have to make sure we come out firing on all cylinders. I think that we can't get distracted. We just need to make sure we're really focused on their things, because they could beat us if they wanted to, and they have the ability to do that. So we just want to make sure that everything's cleaned up, everything's polished, and we're playing to the full ability that we're able to.
They're going to give it all they got. We probably have more to lose than they do. Both of us have, win or go home on the line, so I think they're going to come, they're traveling, so they're going to be coming here to our home. They're going to bring it all
I think that if we play how we played during John Stark, I think we'll be fine, especially our D-line. I think we all played like animals. The D really got after it. The O, we made some mistakes, but I think overall we executed well. So I think if we play the same, then I think we'll be fine.
They're coming here nothing to lose, So we know they're going to let it rip. They throw the ball a little bit more this year than they have in the past, and and they do a really nice job. So, but it comes down to our guys getting after it on defense and playing physical and getting off blocks, getting lined up and tackling. And it's kind of coach speak, a little bit sometimes, but when you're in the playoffs, it really comes down to the fundamentals, blocking and tackling all the time. And then offensively, as long as we take care of the football, the plays are going to be there. We're going to make plays. We just got to take care of the football and limit our mistakes and and then do what we need to do on Friday night.
comes time to playoffs, if we want to continue our season, keep having fun, keep playing, it's 1-0 each week. And I think that we, reference that and talk about it pretty frequently approaching the playoffs, and especially that first week of practice, we make sure that's always present in all of our guys' minds. And I think since we harp on that so much during the week, we really know that it's now or never. Like, we have to play and have to win if we want to continue. So I think just the amount that we talk about that is helpful.
For me, it definitely felt a little bit different just because it was my last ever game on Souhegan, on the Souhegan turf. So I think for all the seniors, it kind of hit a little closer to home. But as far as preparing for the game, it was the same as every other game.
When you go into a game knowing that, if you lose, it's going to be your last game of the season. It's just a completely different mental state that you're in, and that goes for the fans as well. Everybody kind of knows the situation that we were in. And I think that kind of was able to take the atmosphere up to the next level. I think we did a great job in the locker room. Everybody was getting wicked excited. We knew how high the stakes were, and I think that we handled it really well. And we went into that game knowing that it was a playoff game, and I think we played like it was a playoff game as well.
I'd say it definitely felt a little different just because, it could have been our last game. Even though, going into it, we kind of thought that, we were the better football team. But, for all the seniors, we were all very, emotional.
Especially in the playoffs. If you lose, you're out. So every game that we go into, we have to be ready to win. And so, going out on the field, you got to be extra ready. You feel a little more nervous just knowing that there's more on the line, but overall we still played well.
A little bit, everyone knows it's a playoff game. It's win or go home. But I think the biggest difference of why it was a different feeling because we knew there was a big chance that it was going to be our last home game. It was going to be our last Friday night game, so I knew that was big for the seniors. So I think that was the biggest difference. I feel we're still trying to play our game and do our thing to win.
Our D-line is very solid, and just our defense in general is very solid. I think that, like I said before, like we're kind of undersized, but we fly around, and when they give us a lot of time to kind of, put pressure on their quarterback or just in the backfield in general, we're going to get there and, make disruptive plays, and I think that's, something that we do very well.
Against a team like that, I mean, physicality is a huge thing. When one guy does their assignment wrong, with the way that we run our defense, it can kind of it opens up a lot for the offense. And I think being able to stay physical, stay strong, everybody doing their job. Like the D-line did a great job, kind of forcing the running backs to bounce outside and do the jobs that they weren't assigned to do. Just being able to stick with that toughness and almost like push them around a little bit. I think it kind of took away a lot of their confidence, and I think that's why we did such a good job stopping the run. I mean, obviously they had their play here and there, but I feel like consistently we did a good job making sure that we're on top of our assignments.
I mean, we get to feed off that momentum. Like a big play happens, and we all get hyped up, and we can then use that to go into offense and perform on offense.
It's huge. It brings a lot of energy towards our team, and it brings a lot of momentum to how we're going forward into our offense, and then it's our ball. So I mean, a lot of those fourth down stops, 4th and 1 stops, those were huge, and it brings so much good energy towards our team. So I mean, those plays are huge.
On the pass to me! Over the 5-yard line, let it go!
20 turn of events. The play before, we're getting the huddle on the sideline, and JT and I had already talked up top about what play we wanted to come out and run. And before we even said anything, Zach, our center, was like, "Oh, I feel like there could be this play coming on," and it was like, "Are you in our headsets, Bobo? Are you in our headsets?" So he's basically, and he's done that a couple times this year. He's going to be a great coach someday. You could tell he's a son of a coach, and so that was funny. So then we run that first play, and then it's a drop pass, right? And it was like, had he caught it, he probably had a good opportunity to go take it the distance. And then it was like, all right, what do we run next? Okay, we'll just run this, and then. Yeah, we ran counter, and Sam pulled, and kind of got a 2-for-1 there based on how they were playing it, and put one of their better players on the turf, and JJ just once he got inside, then he took it outside, and he was gone. So those are some of those moments where I can't even cheer, and I'm just like, well, I'm glad he's on our team.
So I think we ran, obviously it was our counter play. It's super successful. We have LeBlanc pulling on that play. I mean, obviously he's a big guy, so when you get him momentum and you get him in space and you get him moving, I think anybody that steps in his way is up for up for a good treat. Our blocking was very good. Our receivers were doing a great job, like giving us the opportunity to get those secondary DBs and linebackers kind of out of the play, and it opened up very well. I think we had great push up front, and it was such a big hole. I feel like it would have been a shame for me not to score. Obviously, once you get past the secondary a little bit, you have to use your speed, but I felt confident with the separation that my guys blocking gave me that we should have been able to score that.
I'm trying to kick out the D end, so it was probably our counter play, and what happens is I release down the line, and my goal is to get there in time to, because no other linemen are blocking the D end, like he's coming free up the field, which is good because usually they don't look down the line or aren't aware of me pulling for them. So then I was just able to lay a massive hit on that guy and clear just an alley for JJ to run through, and as soon as he reaches open grass, it's done. You know, nobody's catching that kid.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had that pull for the kick out. You know, me as a center and our other guard, you know, down block to make the hole open for him. Tackle goes up to the backer. You know, it just kind of gives him an alley to run in, and when we get him in space, there's no one that's going to stop him. So.
It's super demoralizing, but at the same time, like, I feel for those other guys. Like, I think they only had 3 or 4 seniors, but you know, that was their last ever game. So I really feel for them. Like, when you lose that bad in the quarterfinal, it's tough, especially as a senior. That being said, we didn't lose. I'm happy. I'm definitely obviously happy we won. It's just really good to see our offense getting out and getting after it.
I mean, I just saw a very well developed, play, a really good play. That's one of our staples, and to be able to run it how we do, and like at this point of the year, that's how we want to be able to run it. Is everyone doing their assignment. There's everyone's blocking that like 100%, putting kids into the ground. So it's nice to see as a quarterback. All I gotta do is like give it to my running back, and he'll take it for 90. And then doesn't put much pressure on me, because I know at the end of the day, I know he'll get the job done, and I know I know I trust my line to like make the blocks they will.
That sparks the team. Anytime you're playing lights out defense, I just feel like it brings a little bit different energy. And we had Connor Cassidy got the interception, Sam Stevenson had got a sack, Ryan Rodalanis had got that fourth and one stop where he just went through the A gap, and we were pretty juiced up about that. So I think anytime where you're playing tough defense, it always is going to juice up your team. And then I think once like we scored in the first play from scrimmage, we went 3 and out in the second series, and then we scored like the second play of that third series. So, and then it was like, all right, well, we're going to be rolling now. So I think it maybe took a little bit of the edge off, and it just allows our guys to play loose, and they were pretty enthusiastic and energetic, and we're celebrating teammate success, and it juices everyone up for sure.
Huge, just like that snowball effect that people talk about. Like, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and especially like coming on the field after like our defense just made a huge play. It's just, and all of our players are like electric and juiced up. It's just so much. You just like it makes you want to like make a good play, and it's contagious. And I think that since it was so back and forth like that all night, we were bound to play amazing and have a great outcome.
I think that it was just the only times that we really messed up is when we were kind of lazy to lining up correctly. And like we would play solid. Like then again, you said that they only like have like one breakaway every so often, and I think that's just because we were playing very hard. And sometimes when we were tired, we'd take a play off, and even when we took a play off, they wouldn't gain more than maybe 10 to 15 yards. And then we'd adjust and make sure, okay, we can't, take our foot off the pedal. We're just going to get off the field and let our offense do our thing. And I think that it was all just about effort.
Stop the run, which is always good for us. And we, whenever they would get a first down or something, we would just forget it, have a quick memory. Like, forget the things that are bad, remember the things that are good. So if they get that first down, it's just the next set of 10 yards, that's all they need. So, it's just knowing that even if they do get, a first down or a big play, that we still have time to stop them and get the ball back to our offense.
We have some new stuff that we're putting in on defense, and that stuff has been working, and I think we should just stick with it because, our guys are playing really, really well, and, I think we're starting to figure out what we really need to do to stop the run, so.
Let's go! Yes, oh, got it. We got it. We got it. We got it.
Awesome. I think when you play man coverage like Bo was, it's kind of feast or famine, and it can either be really good or really bad. But if you tweak some things in what you're doing offensively, it can be pretty favorable for you. And our guys that needed to make plays made the plays, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, our offensive starters had 18 total plays, and all those drives were no more than 3 plays a drive. And I don't know, that's kind of fun. At the end of the day, I don't care how we score as long as we score, whether it's play 100 or play 20 in the drive. I really don't care. As long as we score and we take care take care of business and we're efficient. But yeah, no, they were, anytime you score on the first play from scrimmage, well, that's pretty good. Hitting some big plays, which are always fun. No, our kids we're fortunate enough to have a lot of great players, and it's just on us to get them the ball. However, we got to get them the ball and then let them do their thing.
We love the big plays. That's one of the things we preach on in practice is that big plays win games. Our defense has to stop big plays. Make the other team earn it. Our team, on our offense, we want to have those big plays, and because it gives you momentum to keep going and going and going, and we just want to feed off of that.
That's huge. When our longest drive is 3 plays, and every drive we're scoring in 1 play, scoring in 2 plays, scoring in 3 plays. That's huge. Just be able to score that quickly. Having that balance, like you said, having the amount of rushing yards we did from the amount of plays we had. We probably had maybe around 17 varsity snaps, on offense. So be able to have the amount of yards offensively we did, and having that balance between pass and run, it's huge. Especially taking that and going into the next game and having that consistency, that's something that we really want to have, and that's kind of how our offense is. That's kind of how we are, and that just shows that we're we're getting to our highest potential and where we should be.
But I think the balance is great. Being able to have when we throw, obviously our receivers are making great catches, and we're doing a little bit more RPO stuff. I think that it's really good, especially looking forward, knowing that we have that clear balance, and we have the ability to do both things. And I think that's going to set us up for success.
You know, we always love when we're able to pass and run the rock. You know, it sucks for us when we're forced into something just to do one or the other, but I think it is very difficult to do that in a playoff environment. But we were able to just deliver, and I think our coaches made some great calls, and it was an awesome night.
I think our highest drive only had 3 or 4 plays. So I think just seeing our offense going out there and just getting it done, I don't know. I think it's just good to prepare us and just give us the confidence boost before we head into the semifinals.
We came out of the locker room and we wanted it so bad. And then again, most people probably thought like, oh, Souhegan was going to win that, but we went into it thinking like we're not taking any chances. We don't want them to have any air to breathe or any room to breathe. And we just wanted to hammer in place, and we executed very well, and that's why we got off the field quickly, because, I mean, our offense always produces and does well in each game, but the consistency that we had that game was just because we were all so locked in and we gave it 110% effort every play.
Move up, big C-Maps! Move up, C-Maps! Move up! Up! Yep.
I mean, as we ran it more, you can I can kind of read. My read on that play is the DN, so you know, I can. The more the DN starts, after we run that more and more, a couple plays, I start to see that DN is starting to try to bite on that run. So after we've ran it a couple times, I thought it was gonna be there. The pull read was gonna be there, and it did. And then the perimeter blocking was it was really good from our receivers, and and all I had to do was make one guy miss, kind of, and it was all open grass from there. So
I think that it's just another dynamic of not only Romy's ability, but just another dynamic of our offense that you have to prepare for. And I feel like that might be one where kind of get overlooked at times. Between guys JJ running the football and then throwing the ball. But our quarterback being able to run the ball is huge. Anytime you can be a threat to throw it and to run the football, that makes it that much better for you. So that's something that Romy and I had chatted about throughout the offseason, and hey, let's utilize your legs a little bit more. You had another good year in the weight room. You're comfortable now. That'll only help you for beyond Souhegan as well. But obviously, it'll help our team. Anytime your quarterback can run the ball and be efficient for you. So, yeah, no, it was a good time to call it. It felt right, and the way they were kind of playing defense prior, and then he made a great read and pulled it, and then. Just made one guy miss, like you said, and then he was able to take it the distance. So just a really well-executed play by all 11 guys.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Great job, Devil. Great job,
For the kicker for Michael Hingo, he's out to the receiver. Touchdown.
think that our players were certainly locked in, and I think they felt like that they weren't going to ruin an opportunity to play one last time at home in the playoffs and take care of business, and they did that. It kind of exceeded my expectations, to be honest. And I mean, like, Bo's always been traditionally a tough team for us to play against, and they do a great job with what they do offensively and how they play football, and you know, they fly around on defense. So and they're always big, and that was always kind of been an issue for us when we played them. But our guys were great on special teams, were great on offense, and our defense was lights out. So yeah, no, I mean, it certainly felt a little bit different. But our guys enjoyed the moment, and they handled it.